I don't belong here. Please.
You cannot outrun what you owe. They call me king, but a king rules the living. I'm a custodian. My kingdom is a library of silent stories, and my crown is woven from their forgetting. I have ruled this perfect, unchanging darkness for an eternity. But sometimes you hear whispers of the world above. A world of chaos, a world of color, a world of life. Oh, beautiful Persephone, I will shake the foundations of the world to make you mine.
This is not the story of a simple kidnapping. It is the story of a lonely king's desperate gambit, and how a stolen maiden became a formidable queen. It is the story of how the world gained its seasons, not through law, but through a broken heart, and a bargain born of love.
Stay where the sun can see you, my love. Girls who wander too far invite tragedy.
For Persephone was loved, protected by a mother whose devotion was a golden cage, gently preventing her from ever truly wandering. But the king of the underworld had already set his plan in motion, using the earth itself as his lure.
Do not fear the dark. It is my home. It is our home now.
This offered no comfort. She saw only the king who had stolen her. He had not taken her to a prison. He had taken her to his kingdom. And above, a mother's heart, tied to the earth, felt the moment the world tore in two. Life itself recoiled. The world was holding its breath, grieving alongside its heartbroken mother. Days bled into weeks. The grief of one goddess became the famine of all mortals. The world began to die. And on Olympus, the gods felt the silence. The prayers of mortals had turned from praise to desperation. And without the nourishment of their worship, the very power of the heavens began to fade.
Fix this! No crops mean no sacrifices. No sacrifices mean no power for any of us.
But below the dying world, the stolen maiden began to see. She saw not just a prison, but a kingdom.
I can only offer justice. I have never been able to offer peace.
This realm, it has never known life. It needs a queen.
He saw not a captive, but a partner, a force that could balance his own. She saw not a monster, but a lonely king. And so, the king of the gods, his hand forced by the dying world, sent his swiftest messenger, Hermes.
Go! End this! Bring the girl back, or all of us will be forgotten.
Hermes, the only god who could walk freely between the realms of the living and the dead, began his descent.
By order of Zeus, the maiden must be returned. The world above is perishing.
The law is the law, messenger. She is free to go, if she has not tasted the food of my kingdom.
It was the ancient, unbreakable law. To eat the food of the dead is to belong to the dead. And there it sat, the fruit of the underworld, offered as hospitality, but holding the power of a contract. This was no longer about a return. It was about a reign. She had a choice: be a daughter on earth, or a queen in hell. What if she could be both? An unbreakable contract. A choice that could never be undone. She was no longer Kore, the girl who was taken. She was Persephone, the queen who chose.
You have chosen. The law is sealed. The law is sealed.
The law was absolute. The choice was made. Hermes, the messenger, now had a treaty to deliver, not a prisoner. And so, she returned to the world above, not as the maiden who was stolen, but as a queen of the underworld, daughter of earth, bride to Hades, queen of the land of color, queen of the land of gray, queen of two worlds.
My lady Demeter, your daughter has returned.
And as mother and daughter embraced, the world, tied to their bond, exhaled in a riot of life. But the joy was short-lived. The bargain had been struck, the seeds had been eaten, and the compromise was absolute. The gods agreed that from then on, Persephone would spend 2/3 of the year as the maiden of life, and 1/3 as the queen of the dead. The world's seasons were now bound to her heart. They called her the Iron Blossom. She did not just rule the dead. She brought life to their realm, planting seeds of peace in the fields of eternity. She brought a serious understanding of the end to the living. She taught them that every harvest is part of a cycle. Even in winter, life waits to come back. Time taught her the profound difference between a prison and a platform, between capture and consent. And her mother, watching the seasons turn, finally understood. Her daughter was not lost, but had grown into a power that spanned two worlds. Spring returns not because of an ancient decree, but because a queen chose to rule death and to embrace life, accepting both the shadows and the sun. And in doing so, forged a new, more profound cycle.